The 2020 to 2021 NBA season was utterly weird. This is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Basketball arenas became empty in 2020, which resulted in a slash of salaries by up to 20%. Luckily, there were endorsement deals which kept the NBA's most famous stars earning huge amounts of money, aside from their annual salaries, which are of course outrightly ridiculous. In the past 3 decades, earnings of NBA stars soared incredibly. On average, NBA stars' salary was about $9.5 million per year before the season. NBA has on average the highest salary earning per player when talking about professional sports. A lot of NBA players enjoy fame and equally a low roster size. Having a lot of media deals in place, the NBA has really reaped the benefits from revenue. This includes stars who constitute the face of the league. As of 2021, here are the highest paid players amongst those playing. Number 10. Giannis Antetokounmpo. With a salary of $39.3 million. This season Giannis started his Supermax 5-year extension. He is a 2-time MVP and equally a reigning defending player of the year. He will certainly be with the Milwaukee Bucks in the next 5 years, if no trades are being conducted. It is anticipated that Giannis deals could rise by approximately $3 million each every season. He will be making $51.9 million, that is in the 2025 to 2026 season. Number 9. Paul George. With a salary of $39.3 million. George started the first of his 4-year extension in 2021, which he reached with the Los Angeles Clippers team. He will raise his earnings yearly by $3 million each of the 4 seasons ahead. He would also have a high cap of $40.9 million in the 2024 and 2025 season. As Kawhi Leonard is set to become a free agent after this season, the Clippers team prioritized an extension with him. They had traded him before in the 2019 and 2020 season. Number 8. Kevin Durant. With a salary of $40.9 million. It is anticipated that Durant could be a free agent after the next season. That's however if he does not pick up his player option of over $42.7 million. Durant is currently in a championship hut with the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving and also James Harden. Both Harden and Durant will be free agents after this season. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving is the lone player who is still locked with the team in the next 2 full seasons. Considering that Durant is likely to opt out after the next season, based on his previous history, there is much pressure on the Nets this season. Number 7. LeBron James. With a salary measured at $41.2 million. There is a guarantee that LeBron will stay with the Lakers this season and even in the next season. The season is taking him through his 37th and 38th birthdays. Before he had an ankle injury, LeBron was on the way to be the oldest MVP at age 36. He is currently looking to add 2 more titles to level up with Michael Jordan's 6 in the upcoming seasons. Considering that Anthony Davis has remained with the Lakers this season and hopefully for the next, basketball is certainly lively in LA. Number 6. Damian Lillard. With a salary of $43.7 million. Lillard has started his 4-year extension which he signed in 2020. He is currently making above $43 million and he is likely to benefit from an increase of about $3.5 million per season. In the 2024 and 2025 season, his contract will cap out to a minimum earning of $50.2 million. Lillard, who was the leader in clutch last season, will most likely leave as the all-time greatest trailblazer in history. In 2024 to 2025, Lillard's contract will cap out at a base salary of $54.2 million. Lillard, who led the league in clutch points this season, will likely leave as the greatest trailblazer ever. Number 5. James Harden. Having a salary of $43.8 million. Harden has up to $43.8 million as a player's option this season. He is likely doing what Durant did in the last season, that is to see if the Nets can grasp a win in the next few years and possibly reassess his options. Formerly, he did not succeed in making the NBA Finals during his days in Houston. At the age of 31, he had many more large contracts left in his playing career. Number 4. Chris Paul. With a salary of $44.2 million. The Suns have got a big task putting against the Lakers and they are seen as a first-round exit. Could Paul not make it for the NBA Finals last season, he could leave money on the table for a chance for a championship. Number 3. Russell Westbrook. With salary of $44.2 million. In exchange for unloading John Wall's massive contract, Westbrook was flipped to the Washington Wizards. He has a player's option of approximately $45.3 million after this season. Though he has not made it to the NBA Finals since 2012, He has however entertained the league with an MVP performance from 2017 till date. He equally has 4 seasons of averaging a triple-double. Westbrook is equally going after his premier NBA ring, but due to his salary earning, he could be a potential danger joining the likes of Charles Barkley is a good player that has not secured a win in a championship. Number 2. John Wall. With a salary of $44.3 million. From the present stakes, the Rockets will be rebuilding for quite some time. In 2020, Wall averaged 20.6 points with 6.9 assists in his 48 games. He however hasn't played up to 70 games in a season since 2016. The contract awarded to him went down as one of the worst contracts awarded to a player of all time. Presently, Wall is due over $44 million this season with a player's option of $47.3 million in the 2022-2023. It does not look really good down in Houston. Number 1. Steph Curry. With a salary of $45.7 million, even with ridiculously high salary earnings, Curry is the lone player to back it up. He won the NBA scoring title by averaging 32.0 points in each game. His shooting stretch in April was an amazing display of scoring that has been seen in any league since the early 2000s with Kobe Bryant. If there is a player to lead in the league in salary, it is definitely the 2-time MVP in Curry. He is bracing up to become a free agent shortly after this season. He will be 34 years old after this season. Golden State has indicated interest in having Curry back, but the question is, at what cost can that be? Okay guys, that is what we were able to put together for you. Let us know what you think about this video in the comments section down below. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe.